Hey YouTube, Hambo and Fred back here at the table. Gonna get a little serious for a second and set up our next giveaway for all of you. Fred and I want to thank you all for joining us here on YouTube. We're having a lot of fun. We hope you are too, and hopefully the stuff we're doing isn't too stupid. But we've noticed something as we've been watching YouTube and your responses and a lot of the stuff on your channels that we've subscribed to, and that is the fact that there are just an amazing number of really good people out there, and we are very honored to be a part of your community. That being said, I want to reiterate something that we said in an earlier video and announced the second giveaway: safety. Now, I know everybody takes safety fairly seriously, so this isn't going to be a lecture, but again, it's summertime. We're all out at the beach, at the lake, on the river, picnicking, riding motorcycles, riding bikes. We're out a lot more in the good weather, and that just gives more opportunity for accidents to happen. And I've had a couple of responses from people saying, well, I'm not a very good first aider. That's not true. Everybody's a good first aider. If you can come to the assistance of someone who needs even the smallest amount of help, even for a small cut on their finger, and offer even something as simple as a Band-Aid and a calm voice and a calm presence, that can mean a great deal, especially to little ones. And that's why we're going to do this giveaway. That and the fact that Fred's tired of sleeping amidst all the first aid supplies I have. So we're gonna make Fred a little happier. We're gonna move him aside. Our next giveaway is going to be for one of my BDU organizer first aid kits. Now, I've shown you the ones that I carry. Here's the one I carry in my normal routine all the time. This is basically the same thing. The only thing I ran out of was Velcro flags. So you've got the Velcro pouch. It'll be up to you to put whatever sort of identification you want. But basically the setup is the same. And again, this is not a trauma pack. This is not the be-all and end-all of first aid gear. What it is a little simple pouch designed to give you the basics to deal with very simple first aid. An insect sting, a cut, a scrape. Somebody needs a couple of ibuprofen, things like that. That you've got in here. The basics are always the same, whether you're a paramedic or not. A, B, C. Airway, breathing, circulation. Okay? Sometimes the best thing you can do for someone who's injured is to make sure that they're as comfortable as they can be, and those three things are working until trained, fully equipped EMT personnel arrives on the scene. So this is just something, you're out with the kids, you're out with your buddies, somebody gets in a drunken bar fight and gets smashed over the head with a bottle. Well, you can't stitch them up, but you can at least take care of the finger cut that the guy who hit them on top of the head with the bottle got when he... Anyway, here it is. This is just a simple BDU organizer. It's not very thick. I'd say it's about from here to here. It's probably a little less than 2 inches thick. Okay, standard size. Now, I am going to put a different pull tab on the zipper just because these get in the way. I have some nice shorter ones with really nice ends on them. I'm going to put one of those on before we ship this out to the winner. But anyway, again, very basic. In the front, what you've got are something very important, even as important as the Band-Aid or whatever you're going to provide, and that's keeping things clean. Okay, you're out and about. You don't think about the fact that even if the wound doesn't look dirty, it could be dirty, or the area around it could be dirty. Before you apply the dressing or the bandage, important to clean not only the wound, but your own hands. If you're going to be touching a wounded surface, you want to make sure that you translate as little infectious material as possible to that wound site. So, these are just suggestions. I'm just putting it in the pack. You can rearrange this any way you want. But I found these to be very helpful after about 20 years experience. You've got things in here like Germ-X hand wipes. Okay, very good for cleaning your hands and for the area around. You've also got a good number of alcohol swabs. individual alcohol wipes to not only sanitize the area, but also to, again, clean you or the things you're going to be applying. So that's what I usually keep in the front pouch. We'll go ahead and secure that in a little bit. It's got that little extra Velcro tab in there. Now, when we open this up, it's just very, very simple. I like the design of this because instead of the vertical flap, it's got a horizontal flap, which allows you to carry more things. A couple of extra alcohol wipes. If you don't want to dig through that, you can just unzip, and there's a couple right there. Brand new tube of 500 milligram acetaminophen. Very good for muscle aches and various other maladies. Now, if you're going to be treating things such as heat fever, things like that, you may also want to consider carrying a few regular ibuprofen in your pack along with. But the acetaminophen will work on fever reduction and pain, and it lasts a good long time. 500 milligrams is a good dose. 10 tablets in here, and you can easily refill it from another bottle. But that gives you a nice hard case to carry in. Now, these pouches here can be used to carry pens or whatever else you want to carry in. I didn't put any of that in there, just worked on the basic supplies. Now again, I like this because instead of a vertical pouch where you've got to stuff stuff in and you can't grab it, these BDUs came with the pouch horizontally so you can get to things. And I put a couple things in here. First of all, because we are the guys we are, and girls, sorry, let me dig this out because I've got a lot of stuff in here. I put in just a very small blade. Now this actually holds an edge really well. It's just literally a truck stop, cash register, $3 knife, but it's very good for cutting tape, whatever else, maybe cutting away a little bit of clothing if you haven't got anything else on you, and your big blade may be a bit too much. Anyway, this is good to carry inside there. We'll put that back in. The next we have, believe it or not, I always carry a small tube of super glue. Now, you may have seen some of this, and unless you're trained to do it, I wouldn't suggest it unless you absolutely have to. But in wound closure, sometimes if you haven't got anything else and you need to close a wound, closing it with super glue can help until they can get to a proper medical facility. You still cover it with a dressing, still keep it clean, but if you haven't got the ability to stitch or you haven't got the training to stitch, sometimes a little bit of super glue when you're holding a deep wound closed can work, but only as a very last resort. Okay, that's the other reason I didn't put any. That's the reason I didn't put any anticoagulant in this pack. That's a little bit advanced level, and you need to have the proper training and knowledge to do it. But this also comes in handy for a lot of other things. So, just a little tube, brand new seal. All this is brand new stuff. Next, I have a little universal pouch. Now, this is a little hard plastic case. Came from a sewing kit. Now, in here I have some antiseptic ointment, some insect sting wipes, and another ointment application patch. Just, you know, basic betadine cream to put over a wound if so desired. But you'll see there's some things in here that you don't need. But anyway, that goes in there nice and flat, fits in the pouch. The next thing is kind of cool. This, oh, there's another betadine. I thought that was in there. That's a little too big for that pouch, but again, another antiseptic ointment that goes in with that. This is kind of neat. This is the equivalent of, it's the CVS pharmacy equivalent of Neosporin. I've used this before. It's a first aid spray-on antiseptic. In other words, this is a spray container that once you break the bar on this, you spray the antiseptic on the wound before applying the bandage. Now, you'll notice I've got something wrapped around here. I've been doing this for a long time. This is approximately 4 yards in two 2-yard wraps of waterproof first aid tape. Okay, you can take off what you need to hold the dressing down, cut it with the knife or with whatever else you have on hand, and then it goes back into the side pouch. Very nice, easy way to carry the tape. You can still use the application for the dispenser. Once it's done, keep it as your tape dispenser. But that's a really simple way to carry that waterproof tape. I've seen people that have taken things like this, done the waterproof tape, and maybe some electrical tape or duct tape or whatever, but just wrap it thinly. This was nice thin tape. It's wrapped on itself just like it is when it comes off the reel, so it holds it really well. But again, it fits really nicely into these pouches, which is why I really like these pouches. I just found this at the surplus store here in Richmond, and I bought a bunch of these. So That's in there. And then at the back end of the pouch, we have our large dressings. Okay? We have a number of them here. These are 2x3s, 2x4s. These are adhesive pads. They're all one piece. Then we have some smaller, larger wound applications. And of course, just one sterile dressing pad. Now again, just a suggestion. You can modify this, take stuff out, add stuff in, whatever you want to do. I'm just giving you the basic supplies. But these always come in handy, especially for scrapes. Especially with little ones, some of these smaller Band-Aids can cover a whole elbow or a whole knee. Keeps it clean, keeps it covered, and eliminates a lot of tears and anxiety. Okay? So that goes in. So that's the one side. Now on the other side, all bandages. Again, like I said, you can put whatever you want in here, maybe tongue depressor, tweezers, small scissors, however you want to place it. And then in here, all we have are bandages. I'm going to pull all these out and I'll repack this for you. But I had a number of them, and I decided to put in as much as I could. Again, very nice deep pouches on this, so it handles all these quite well. And here we have a number of different sizes of regular Band-Aids. Of course, you have your regular adhesive Band-Aids, and through all the packs I get, I had a number of these, so I think there's either 10 or 12 of these. Then, in the last couple of years, the Band-Aid people and a couple of other manufacturers like Curette have come up with a really great concept where they've put a general antibiotic ointment into the pad on their Band-Aids. So you have a Band-Aid that not only keeps the wound covered, but it also has antiseptic ointment in the pad. And as it rests on top of the wound, it translates that ointment to the wound. So you have standard size antiseptic Band-Aids, and again a good number of those because those are the ones you'll use the most. You have a couple of wider ones for more adult cuts, or like I said, maybe a child knee, and then two of the larger ones again for the knees and elbows and larger abrasive wounds. But that will apply the antiseptic directly to the wound in addition to or instead of something like the spray that I showed you earlier. So there's a good supply of those. Again, what I call the finger cot bandages, just a little smaller size of the regular Band-Aid, and there is a good number of them there. That's incorporated in that. And because not all wounds are the same size, we have some very small finger cut size or facial cut Band-Aids. And again, if you have a little bit more training or you need to hold something closed, 2 butterflies to keep that done. So that's all the stuff that's incorporated in this one pouch. And again, the antimicrobial wipes, the clean wipes and stuff are there. And in addition to that, I also have been finding this at stores. This is just driving me crazy, so excuse me while I do that. I'm also going to include, because it can ride inside the pouch if you wish, they sell these. These, again, are very good cleaning wipes. They're from the Wet Ones people. You all know that. These come in a number of different scents, but they're all the same. These have been rated as very, very good for removing surface dirt. It's not a disinfectant by any means, but it will get things clean, and it will travel inside the pouch. But we'll let you make that decision. But I am going to include one of these as well. So, you've got all of that for the first giveaway. And that's our first prize. Now, because I'm sure there's going to be more than one very good response to this, I'm also going to present a second prize, which are 2 small profile, just slip in the pocket type, very, very, very basic Band-Aid kits. I showed you this one before that I found at the hardware store. This is simply a plastic case. It looks to me like the kind of cases that some of those fancy cigarettes come in. Okay, and you could use one of those in place of this. But what I've done in here is put a number of different types of Band-Aids, some antiseptic towelettes, and again, one of the antiseptic ointments. So it's just very, very small, simple Band-Aids and the antiseptic and 1 antibiotic towelettes. There's no aspirin or ibuprofen or anything else in there. Again, if you have a way to add that, you might want to take a small baggie and add if you wish. But the nice thing about this is it seals tight. It is not waterproof, but it will keep things clean and fairly dry. This can slip very easily into a pocket, into a bag, a purse, and refillable again to your own standards. We're going to include that. And then, if that wasn't small enough, here you go. They sell Band-Aids at the box stores. 8 Band-Aids in a little plastic pouch. Well, you know me. I saw this and I went, how can we improve on that? Well, I took out half the Band-Aids and put them back in, and I added 2 disinfectant wipes and 4 Band-Aids. There's 2 underneath and 2 on top, and the 2 antiseptic wipes. And there you have it, a real simple, small, I mean, this was 99 cents. So I just took out half of the stuff and put in the 2 alcohol wipes, and there you go. That's something really nice, and you can pull these off. I tried pulling this off another one and it don't work, so if you can get that off, you're a better man than I am, or woman. Wait, no, that didn't come out right. Anyway, so that's going to be our second place prize, the 2 mini kits, and then all this for the first place for the primary pocket pouch, bag pouch, whatever, just a really nice little handy first aid kit that you can carry. Now, how do you get it? Okay, here's the rules. First off, subscribers. I would like the responses from subscribers. Now, these can be domestic and or international. This I know I can send internationally, and I'll be glad to ship it to you. So that's the first one. Number 2, I want you to show me how you are prepared for your day-to-day safety needs as you go out and about. What do you carry? Do you carry a pack like this? Do you carry a bag? Are you an EMT? Are you a paramedic? Are you a first responder? How are you prepared, whether it be big or little, to deal with the little cuts and scrapes and challenges that will arise from your summer adventure? Okay, how can this help you? How will you put this to use? How are you already prepared? All right, and that's how we'll base our response. So, again, first prize, second prize, how do you handle safety for your summertime activities? And this will go to the winners. The contest is going to run from now through, see, today is Tuesday the 12th. We're going to give you 7 days. The contest will close next Tuesday, and I'm sorry I don't know the date offhand. Fred? Yeah, they don't call him the best sidekick in the business for nothing, folks. But anyway, a week from today, which is Tuesday the 12th at midnight, we will close the contest. I will announce the winners the next day, Wednesday, and we'll get them out as quickly as possible. But anyway, there you go. Please, whether you win this or not, give a thought as to how you're going to handle the little day-to-day cuts and scrapes that happen as you go out and about enjoying the great weather this summer. And please, always stay safe. You are very, very valuable, at least to the 2 of us. Thanks a lot, everybody.